This is my latest project. It's an Amethyst Toad. And as you can see, it's got a lot of nice inclusions and color changes in there. And it's really been a kind of a fun project so far. So far, it's been fun. But what I've done is I've started a nice seat for it, and it's this is a weird material for sure. It's a
Cachalon?
Cachalon. Cachalon is, I can't remember the name, but it's almost like an organic kind of material, like a nut of some kind, because it's formed in a round ball, and each rock is individual. And when it's cut, it's either really white or really brown. And so I decided to make mushrooms out of it nonetheless, because I wanted something that was, sharp and clean and would contrast the toad here. And it does that, but I'm finding it's really a sharp contrast, so I'm trying to alleviate that with some of the texture. So that's where I'm going with that. I'm making decisions about the design of this piece as I go, and that's been my thing. I don't really always make drawings or models. I quite often just start with a concept and idea, and I just move forward with that. And so that's how this has come about. It's like a great idea, and then let's see how it goes. And so sometimes, I know when I had a big crew of people that worked for me, that would really pee some people off when I would do this kind of design work where I'd start with an idea and I'd say, okay, let's go here and try it out, see how it goes. And they'd put in a week's work on something and whatever, and I'd say, let me see it, and I'd show it to me and I'd say, no, it's no good. Change it, make it something different. That would drive people crazy that worked for me, and I apologize if there's any of them out there right now that are listening to this. I apologize for that, but I think that's really the best way to design and work with things that are organic, like stones, that there's only like one of a kind like this or one of a kind like this. And if, it's not, you can't draw the design like a blueprint and then have the stone cut and manufactured to your drawing, because you never know what the stone is going to be like until you actually start working with it and polishing it and getting comparisons and so on. So it's really important to have the project go along and then make critical design decisions as you approach the finish of the piece. And so sometimes that means that it has to change. It has to be different than how it originally started out. So that's a really tough thing to do, is to change your mind and try to find ways that would best express your idea. So that's what's going on right here in this kind of design concept. And so one of the themes I was going to talk about today was that very kind of idea where you set a goal, or you don't have a goal, but you get on this track and you follow it, and it's kind of a decided decision or no decision, where you're going along and life is going along no matter what you do, no matter how you look at it, things are progressing, and it's kind of like you're on a train, for instance. It's kind of the way I view life sometimes. Is you get on a train and you make your decision to go to a certain destination, and you get there. That's your goal. And no matter what you do, that train is going to continue to go. So, as in some cases where you don't make decisions and you don't have a goal, you're not really certain about where you're going, and you're still on the train. No matter what, the train is your life, and you're still moving, and you're still going. And if you don't make your decision about your destination, what town, what city, where are you going, the train is going to continue past the stop, and you won't get off in the place you want to be. So that's kind of my point today, is I really want to talk about, in reference to design and creativity and choosing goals, and it's really a thing that I think we as creatives all need to do is we have to make a decision about what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. And often we only think it applies to the studio work, but it also applies to our lives. We have to decide, what is it that we want? Do we want to make gemstone art? Do we want to paint? Do we want to work with ceramics or work with glass? That kind of thing. So it's a thing we all have to consider. So I want to show you the other project that I was working on here. So this is how it's turned out. I don't think I've shown it to you for a couple of weeks. So I just wanted to let you know that there are 2 projects. I want to do a third one, and this is Your Love Had Pierced My Heart. And this is the theme that I can take a lot of different ways, but the first one here, which is very realistic as far as the texture of the heart goes, and the material looks very much like the heart, and then the arrow piercing it. It could be conceived as a Cupid type thing, or it could be the pain of the heart. So in my interpretation, this metaphorically is the pain of love in this piece. So I want one more arrow, so I haven't quite finished it yet. I'm going to put another arrow because that will represent the 2 that are in love. So it's the pain of love by 2 people, that sort of thing. And this one is the romance of love. And so you can see it's really light and beautiful. All the colors are wonderful in it. And it's kind of a fairyland sort of thing with the butterflies, and butterflies symbolize, you know, an elevated spirit, that sort of thing. So that's the romance of love and the pain of love. So I have another one I'm going to do, which I have not got to because I am distracted with toads and mushrooms. But this is the other material I'm going to use here. And I think it's going to be about spiritual love. So because this is kind of ethereal looking material and kind of, you know, cloud-like, I think it would work really well. I just haven't made a decision on how that should look. But I think the 3 of them need to work together because it's, you know, 3 aspects of love in a metaphoric sort of storyline that needs to be said. I think if you just had one of these 2, then it would not get the whole story through. So I'm still going on with my original concept here, and I think it's great. I think I could work on this for a really long time because there's a lot of different aspects of the heart that could be sculpted in different ways, and it depends on how you look at it. How deep do you go? How far down the rabbit hole do you want to go with the idea and the metaphor? So I'm having fun. I think that's the big thing with what I'm doing here. And so story today is goal setting, really. I think that's the whole point. And as in this piece, I still have my goal to create the 3, and I really want to speak more metaphorically in my storytelling with my art, so that's my goal here. And I also do kind of lighter things like this out of, you know, the joy of creating things out of just wonderful materials. So this is yet to come together with a few more ideas. There's one more thing I'm going to tell you here because it's still coming. I want you to see if you can tell what this is going to be. Right here. Here's our master sketch dragonfly. So this should be a part of this piece as well. So we're going to have the crystal work together. So the crystal toad, crystal dragonfly will work together. Okay, so one of the other projects I've been working on is Create More Now. And Create More Now is I guess the culmination of all of these kinds of things that I talk about with creative inspiration and that kind of stuff. And so I kind of put it together in a package, and I'm offering it for free. And you can go to createmore.com and you can get free lessons. If you like what I'm talking about here as far as, you know, inspirational concepts and ideas and that sort of thing. So you can get it all for free if you want to go to createmore.com, and you'll get, I think I have 5 free lessons on that program, so you're welcome to it, and it's free, so enjoy it. It's for you. Okay, so otherwise, Entrepreneur's on, and it's on today. And if you would like to attend this Entrepreneur Summit, it has, I think, 31 different artists from different disciplines, from dance to poetry to sculpture, painting, writing, all kinds of different creative endeavors. They're all getting together and sharing their ideas and concepts about how to be creative, how to make money at being creative, all kinds of ideas. And it's on for 3 days, and it's starting today. And if you want to join, that's also free. You can get on for free, and you can watch it the whole weekend and listen to all 31 speakers, whatever you like. And I think it's great because you don't have to sit at your computer. You could listen to it. It could be an audio experience. So I think it's wonderful. I'm part of that too. So you could look for me on that podcast or on that summit. But anybody that's into art and wants to kind of have a community kind of experience with, hear other people's, you know, challenges and great experiences, successes in the art world, then that's a good place to go. So just send me a message if you want, and I'll send you a code that you can get in for free. Okay? So thanks for being with me today, and remember to stay creative.